And now for our feature presentation.
Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here in front of the Great Wall of Comics. Thank you for coming out and joining us for this Sunday special live event. Some of you guys, most of you guys who've been following my channel know that a while ago I purchased a book. We brought it from Australia. We've done a bunch of stuff, and this book is back from CGC. And today's the reveal. We'll find out. We'll see what the before and afters are like. We'll talk about some of the process that went through the book, and we'll ultimately see, did we get a grade bump? Do we stay the same? Do we lose a grade? Did we get some other kind of comments from CGC? Who knows? But first, let's bring in a couple guests who are going to help me to tell this story. First, the man who helped me discover and find and acquire this book at, oh my God, it's not even Dark 30 yet in Australia. Mad Spidey, thank you for joining me today. And then also,
it's a pleasure.
You think you're not awake enough to know whether it's a pleasure or not yet.
Yeah, but
and you can see he's literally still in bed just shooting this. And then with me, the man who does most of the cleaning and pressing for my collection, ladies and gentlemen, the Rogue Trader from Utah. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great.
Matter of fact, while we got him here, let's throw that up there across the bottom, guys. Remember, you can check out the RogueTraderUtah.com for comics and pressing needs. Use the code FATSTACKS to save 20% off even the already discounted bundled packages. And each time that code is used, $10 will be donated to Comics Curing Cancer. Of course, with that, as we always say, 100% of this channel's revenue goes to Comics Curing Cancer, the ads, the membership, merchandise, super chats, etc. So want to make sure we acknowledge our members, the Comic Vet, Nick's Kicks and Comics, Travis Vick, Six Face, Chris at Retro Rocket Comics, Stephen C, Actual Dracula, Jack B Comics, Tate Prime, PSN Green Hulkster, Digger Jim 720, Legion of Comics, Blue Hellion Comics, Dr. Von Hoots, Comics from the Spiral Dimension, Comic Ozzy, Flo Dameron, Beckerman, DJ Links, Remy Q Studios, Comics by the Bay, Sector 2815, Gary B the Casual Comic Guy, The Real James Willie, Dale of Spence Comics, The Comic Viking, Circumstances, Collecting with Durs, Chaos in Comics, Viaje Comico de Papa, Marty Aleco, Justin Birch Comics, Comic Journey, Trev the Shipping Guru, TM Nerdy, Matt268, Comics with Murdoch, Frenzy 5150, Austin LeMay, Norin Rad 82, Comic Man Andy, Mad Spidey, Cuppo Comics, Burke Family 54 Comics, Switch Comics, Ben Parker Comics, Seth 11, Hulk Collector 82, Brian LCS, L Green Machine, Izzyverse NYC Comics, A Comic Book Room, Jean Malo, Cole's Comic Claims, Chuck Hensey, Lone Eagle, Comicverse, KBDM, Cat Fan Comics Man, Taylor Winder, Triple G Comics, Noggin Comics, Aggressively Relaxing, Collectible Inc., Chop and Drop 2013, Wayne Deacon, and I forgot to update to say Charmaine Deacon as well. I forgot to add Charmaine Deacon on the list. Thank you all so much for being continuing channel members. And last month, we had our first $200 month in revenue raised from this channel for Comics Curing Cancer. Every month, as soon as we get the payout, it goes right there. You can follow in the community tab and see those posts as the money gets donated to Comics Curing Cancer. Of course, the big event, October 20th, 21st, and 22nd, be kicking on a 3-day event. Well, this channel will be the hub of activity, but we'll spill over into other channels as well as we look to raise our goal of $25,000 for Comics Curing Cancer based off last year's amazing success of $22,000. So thank you so much for all of that. All right, I think we got the business part of everything taken out of the way. So let's first of all, let's bring up. Let me bring up the book to begin with. Right. So this is the book right here that we're talking about. It's a Timely Comics Submariner book. This is issue 23. It's the second appearance of Namora. And now, Mad Spidey, you found this bok originally.
Yes. And this is one of the things, like I've mentioned a few times, my channel and a few other channels, things like that, like I do dive into. I do have a few Facebook groups and things like that, like comic groups that are purely just in Australia, that people will sell and do raffles and things like that on, and I'll peruse them every now and again, try not to spend too much money. And I literally came across this book, and I went, I knew Rob wanted a Golden Age, Namor book basically, and I'm just like, maybe I'll just, I'll send I originally sent the link to Rob, and he's like, I can't look at this dude. I have to be part of the group, and I'm just like, okay, duh. All right, I'll actually, So I pulled the pictures up and took snapshots and things like that, and I sent it to Rob, and he's like, oh yeah, how much are they asking for it? And I don't know, like.
Well, actually, you originally sent the question was you posted out to us, hey, this $500
yeah, that's
Australian
right.
for a Golden Age Submariner book sound like a good price.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
I jumped in on it initially, and I was like, oh, that sounds like a stupid, too good to be true price.
Yeah, that's
really.
right. That's right.
And so we were getting the information because it was a 5.0, because you were saying it was a CGC 5.0 graded Submariner book, and Golden Age and they wanted 500 Australian, which at the time, just so you guys know, was about $348 American. So it was stupid cheap in my mind. And so that's when I started pinging you, and you were sending these things, and it was like, okay, hey, this just in the back of my mind, I'm going, this is too good to be true. And whenever you hear something that's too good to be true, especially when it's online, it's through a Facebook, and I'm in a different country now, even with an intermediary, I'm going like, this is needs to be looked into. And so that's when I asked you if you knew this person or were able to do any due diligence on them.
Yeah, and that's because I remember you checked like what you checked your websites and all that sort of stuff, and it's like, this should be like a $1,500, $2,000 book or whatever it was at the time.
Somewhere between $800 to $1,500. It's
and that's obviously US as well. So it's like, yeah, this sounds too good to be true. So I messaged a whole pile of people to try and find out, like, is this person legit or not? I don't want to be I don't want to be the bearer of bad news and say, look, this person's a bit dodgy or anything like that. So yeah, I pretty much did. I only got one reply back. I got a few after the fact, but I got one that who actually a good mate of mine, Sean, who is actually another YouTuber in Australia, Zars Comics and Collectibles. He's the one that actually firstly got back to me and said, no, this girl is actually, or this lady is actually fully legit. And I actually found out after the fact, which I never mentioned to you, Rob, she actually runs a comic book shop.
Oh, wow. Okay. So she knew what she had.
She knew what she had.
Presumably.
Obviously, yes and no. We'll leave that to the viewer's discretion. But yeah, so I sent a message back, Rob, and said, yeah, and like literally within about 10 minutes, Rob had already transferred the money for me. I'd organized it, got it. Obviously, when I got it back to myself, it took 2 or 3 days or whatever like that. I messaged Rob with the photos and things like that, and then we organized shipping to get to over Rob. And
yeah, I mean, I couldn't once we had confirmation this person was semi legit. It was like I couldn't get the money fast enough to Mad Spidey to claim that before somebody else could claim it. So that was a good call. So then, obviously, then the book arrives. I was super happy. Whoa, look at this! Yay, look at me! I got a book! Hooray!
Yeah, that's a photo that he sent me.
I took that picture. I sent it off to Spidey. He got it great. And then, so then I'm sitting there and I got the book for a little bit and I'm enjoying having it, but I'm looking at it and I'm just thinking to myself, man, it seems to me that there's some potential in here maybe to do something with it. So I took a bunch of pictures, right? And these are going to be the before pictures. We sent these, and I sent this to my man, the Rogue Trader here, to get his opinion on what he thought of the book as far as could we do something with it or not? Was it not worth anything? Because you can see obviously right off the bat. Let me zoom in here. You get this nasty bit of foxing and stuff along the top. And then as we kind of go through here, you can just see it's kind of really, you can see all the dirt even on the rest of the book there, the grime, the all around this, just dirt and grime caked on this thing.
As you mentioned to me as well, like, as obviously me not being a slab guy, I didn't really know this. That you said it was a fairly old CGC case, so that's how the extra mold got into it and things like that. Because isn't there something to do with
this is let me let Rogue Trader comment on what he sees, like on these pictures, what he saw, and when I sent these to him.
Right. So, yeah, it's a beautiful book, and it's obviously a piece of comic book history that needs to be preserved and cared for. When you sent the pictures to me, the first thing that I noticed, of course, was just that huge kind of angle of wedge of foxing on the book. And as Mad Spotty just said, it's an older CGC case, which... for those that don't know, CGC, of course, in Florida, very humid environment. So when these books were slabbed and put into these cases, they were put in with a bunch of moisture that just promotes growth of that. Because foxing is a mold, a type of fungus.
This is great just for anyone who doesn't understand this reference. When I talk about Golden Age books, a lot of times I'm always talking about there's a lot of Baby Ruth ads on the back, and in the 40s, Baby Ruth used to love to say they're rich and dexterous, baby. And so references. Thank you for remembering that, old collector. Yeah, this is an older case. Just looking at one of the key things that jumps out is you can see where they've listed the page quality. The page quality today is listed in the number,
right?
Area, whereas in some of the older books iterations, you see it here listed in the in this middle area.
Right. And one of the things that we look for on these older books, especially your Golden Age, late Golden Age stuff, I mean, obviously you can see the grime on it, and a lot of that comes off with a standard blue label surface cleaning. But the colors on this book were very muted as well.
The back.
Yeah, and I think the back was actually much worse.
Yeah, we'll get to the back.
Foxing and scoring.
Yeah, let's go to the back here for a second so we can see.
Yeah. So, yeah, right along the spine there, a lot of heavy foxing, which is problematic, and it's getting into those colors. But with the late Golden Age stuff, one of the things I look at is you notice the kind of muted colors, and that's because they used more metallic pigments at that time. They weren't as concerned about longevity, so they used the cheaper stuff, and it would fade over time. And even standard wet cleaning stain removals will cause those to oxidize or rust and eat holes in the paper. So it's something you have to be aware of if you want to bring those colors out. And that's one thing that I was looking for with this book, because it's such a great cover. Those colors are so contrasting with the blues and the reds and the yellows that I wanted to bring the color out and kind of make it more stark against what I knew was going to be a whiter white.
Yeah. In the back, you can see as we go through it on the back side, there's just all kinds of, it's really bad around all how dirty and everything and all that stuff. So yeah, so that was, that's kind of the condition that we were in on this. So you and I talked, we decided, yeah, this was a good candidate to do something with. So right. I sent the book off to you. Yeah, to watch the beginning at the beginning, that was great. You can see, here's the real quick. You've seen the trailer. There you go. There's the picture of the book. Ugly. All right. And not just me, the book. So I sent the book to you. So what you want, obviously we're not going to reveal any trade secrets and whatnot, but talk about what you ended up doing to the book while it was in there. Cause it spent about almost 7 months with you at least.
Right. And the process I use is I try to be as least invasive as I can with these books. I don't want to run the risk of doing physical damage or aggravating anything that might be there already. And of course, with something as old as this book was, and being in the case as long as it has been, the first thing, and we discussed this earlier on another book that you have with me, the first thing I look for is, are the pages brittle? What the physical condition of that paper is. And then when we crack the book out, so you got to handle it extremely carefully. Got really lucky with this one. The page quality as far as the paper and the integrity of the paper was really good. So it didn't take a whole lot in the way of hydrating the book, which most of them do. So I was able to chamber it mildly to kind of bring back some of the elasticity in the paper so it would take to the treatment better. And then there's a lot of talk out there right now. People are doing bleaching with actual bleach, which is just insane. Turpentine, which is even more insane if you know the structure of paper. And even peroxides, which will eat the paper away. I mean, you'll get a great result, but within 6 months, you got nothing left of the book. So, we go to a process where you got to kind of bring out the whites and bleach those whites through, I use an ultraviolet process. It's a lot lengthier, but I think the results kind of speak for themselves. And so this one, real easy surface clean, got a lot of the dirt and the grime off, was able to bring out some of the colors. And then I started a process of overlays and working with ultraviolet lights to kind of bring out some of the colors and whiten the whites.
Put your headphone down, Rob.
You mean you can hear me better if I talk? That's phenomenal.
Nice. Really? I thought it was me again.
No, just me. All right, so the books come through. Went back to CGC. We got it back in CGC just before the price hike hit me, which was good because this is a book that, based on its value, ends up going through their their express realm. So, book is here from CGC. I know what it is because I had to take pictures for the after, but nobody else knows what this is. So, you mentioned to me that you felt that when you got the book, that you felt the book was overgraded potentially based on its condition that it was in at that time.
Right. I believe the condition, it probably was not overgraded when it was originally graded, but being in the case with the foxing, but yeah, based on the condition when it was graded with the foxing, I think that it progressively over time, that sporing had grown. And if it were to be regraded without doing anything to it, it would have been a lower grade. I really do believe that.
Fair enough. So now, after you got done with it, what do you speculate?
I was hoping to get a grade to 2 grade bump. That's kind of what you always try to shoot for, and wishes being what they were, you shoot for the moon. But so at a 5, I was hoping to get a 5.5 or a 6, and I knew that it was presenting much better. The colors looked fantastic on the book after the process, so I was really pleased with that. But as far as grade goes, all things being equal, I was hoping for a 5.5 to 6.
Hold on, let me get so big. I gotta do this right here. All right. So here we are. Here's the book. You can see significant improvement.
That's really popping.
You still have some, but it's never going to go away.
Right.
It's it's discolored the paper, but you can see definitely the colors there are tremendous. And then The backside, look at how much lighter and cleaner that is compared to the what we had been looking at previously.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that's a big difference.
All right.
Because like I can still remember what it looked like seeing it physically as well.
And before you do that, one of the concerns that you had expressed was keeping a blue label.
Yes. So that was one of the things, because CGC lately, as many of us have seen, and maybe it's because it's obviously techniques that people, it's obviously because of techniques people are using.
Right.
But we've seen some purple labels come back where it's the restoration that's listed is cleaning that, you know, that's been put on there. So obviously they're using cleaning techniques that do not fall under, you know, that are considered restoration as opposed to non. But so, and what's also we did not get a conserved grade either. So which makes sense because we didn't do anything really other than address dirt and spores. We didn't do anything like seal cracks or anything like that. So there you are, buddy.
Oh,
5.5.
Awesome.
So 5.5. The page quality still cream to off-white pages, which is good. It didn't get that magic page whitener, which sometimes happened at CGC. But yeah, phenomenal. Now I did take some pictures so we can go into some stuff. So this is actually this first book picture. Actually, this was CGC took high-res images, even though I didn't have it on my submission form. Maybe they do it on Express anyways. So this was actually the first thing I saw when I logged in just to take a look at it was that. But you can see, I mean, this is my home. You can see it's there. And in a second, as I go through this, I'll put up what we see back to back. Some of these pictures, you can see the difference. But these are the up close, super zoomed in with my high-res camera. You can definitely see some dirt and debris cleaned up there. The backside, holy cow! Right? I mean, yeah, we still have some evidence, but again, the paper is permanently affected. There's nothing that's not invasive that's going to eliminate that. But the important thing is that what's there should be hopefully inert at this point.
Right. Well, and that's part of the process too, right? Is that what I do? It completely sanitizes the book and gets all those spores and all that
before
permanently removed.
After. Before. After. Before. After.
Yeah, massive difference.
After. Before. After. Before. After. Before. Oh, it's kind of hard. I got some glare on that case. Damn it. Oh, well. Well, anyways, the fact of the matter is,
you can say the physical difference, and that's the main thing.
It is way improved. Now, question for you is the ultimate $1 million question, sir. So somebody wants to do something like, has an old book like this and wants to have contact you to get some work done. Given the normal realm of things, what kind of range, because this is not a standard cleaning and pressing,
right?
What kind of range would having this kind of work typically cost somebody on a book?
Okay, so for me, as you know, I price things a little bit differently. I come at this from conserving comics and collector standpoint. So for me, I charge $15 for the clean and the press, $13 if it's 11 or more books, so you can save a couple of bucks there. And then for a whitening treatment like that, you're looking at an additional $10. And then there is an insurance fee because I'm an actual business. I carry insurance. So whatever you declare your book to be, if you say it's $1 million book, we base it on that. If you say it's a $10 book, we base it on that. It's 2% of whatever you declare the book to be. So I try to make it as affordable as possible. I know that my prices are a bit lower than other people's, maybe a bit higher than some, but I think it's fair. I think it's fair to the collector, and that's what I try to keep it at. And of course, if they use the Fat Stacks promo, they get 20% off that. That includes shipping, so there's no extra shipping charges in the States to get it off to CGC or back in your hands, whichever way you want. Happy to do that for you as well.
And you'll also forward to EGS and
EGS. I got kind of a love affair going with EGS at the moment. I finally got my slabs back from him, and they are spectacular. So, yeah, I work with all of them. I try not to work with PGX, but that's a personal thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Awesome, man. Well, I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm stoked with the results. I think speak for themselves. I mean, Jesus, that's just looks beautiful.
And I think that was one of the things that I was a little bit worried about. I was like, because I feel like I'm, obviously part of this story. I'm like, I know what's going to happen. It's going to end up coming back like a 2.5 or a 3 or something like that. So I'm actually extremely happy for this as well. So I'm glad it got a bump.
Right on.
Interesting. I just out reading this whole all this stuff here with this moniker back that the coupon this clip out things for is not for a bike. It's for an illustrated folder.
Huh.
Would you like a free illustrated folder? Let's cut it out and see what happens. Let's mail it off. I mean, what the hell? Guys, don't run off. We got a giveaway. But if you're watching this on the rewind, by all means, hope that you'll like this. Hit like button. Help get this views in front of more people because, again, everything this channel does, all the channel revenue, as you see goes to Comics Curing Cancer. You're hitting the like button, the thumbs up button, isn't just saying that you like this video, but it's saying that you hate cancer because that helps get more eyes on this video, more ad revenue, and that all goes to Comics Curing Cancer. So if you like cancer, by all means, don't hit the like button. But if you think cancer's kind of a bitch, well, maybe hit that like button. We'd appreciate it. So, all right, let's do a giveaway. Boom. Let's add this up here. Everybody, go ahead and hit #subby, and I'll do a 6-book pull from the pull box. We'll see what we get, what people get out of that. I'll have to figure out where on the wall that's going because that Submariner's got to go on the book, on the wall, and something's got to come down. That'll be the joy. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Dick Tracy, maybe Joe Palooka. I don't know. It's hard for me to pull my Joe Palooka book down because it's a 8.5 Golden Age with white pages.
That's crazy.
It's a file copy. So,
hey, why don't you throw in 5 free press and cleans in your giveaway?
Look at that. All right. So our winner today, guys, in addition to getting 6 books, is going to get a voucher, which I'll get out for you in there for 5 free pressing and cleanings. All right, so that's going. I got 12 people who've got 15 people in the chats. Of course, Mad Spidey, you're one of them.
Yeah, if I
that's right. I ship you books. You won't be able to do it with your press. Don't worry about the cleaning. You could have books that you order and have them sent to me to have them pressed, and then we get them over to you before they eventually get to you. I
do Dropbox services for quite a few people in Australia.
Well, I am his West Coast Dropbox.
Nice, nice.
Currently, I act as the Dropbox for both Mad Spidey and Dr. Von Hoot in the United States.
Very cool.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and giving it some time. Let's go ahead and spin it and see who wins it, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of a 6-book pull and 5 free comic book pressings from the Rogue Trader, ladies and gentlemen, bang! Passpoint Comics in the UK. So
nice.
Maybe Passpoint Comics in the U.S. That's Efren. All right, he's in San Diego. Never mind.
Very cool.
All right, so let's go ahead and do this here. So let me take that down. Efren, what we're gonna do is pull 6 books for you, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Rogue Trader, since you've never done these before, with me, Mad Spidey's done some of this in the past. We're gonna have you pull. You're gonna give me either a number of books from the front. Oh, sorry, you're gonna count 1 through 10. Give me a number between 1 and 10. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Give me a number between 1 from 10 from the front, 1 through 10 from the back, or we can go back to front. I'll let the finger go, and you tell me where to stop. All right.
All right.
We're
Let's
gonna
go
pull
back.
6 books.
All right. Let's
Back
go
to
back
front.
and forth. Yeah.
All right. So we go back to front. You just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
All right. Do you want the book in front of my finger, behind my finger, or both?
We'll go behind.
Behind. All right. Let me rotate so we can hide the book before we get. Okay. Okay. Back to front again. We'll just keep doing that.
All right. Stop.
Okay.
This time let's go in front.
In front. Okay.
All right. Stop.
All right.
That's the one right there, right behind.
Behind. Okay. This time I'm going to go front to back.
Stop.
Watch out. He goes both ways. What? Wait, no. Okay.
I wish CJ was watching.
In front, behind, or both?
Behind.
Behind. All right. That is 4, I believe. Yes. So we got 2 more books.
All right.
All right.
We're going to go all the way down to the very first book. Stop.
I didn't quite get there, but okay.
Behind.
Behind.
There you go.
All right. Last book.
Stop.
Okay.
In front.
In front. All right. Move that out of the way.
Watch your back, Rob.
All right. So thank you. So, Efren, most of these books, or many of these books, will have free Pokemon cards courtesy of Shatterglass Comic Reviews.
Nice.
Not all of them, because I've depleted. Some of them are even like, I see this one has a shiny foily card. So, all right. First book up here. Oh, here's some J. Scott Campbell. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, Issue 51.
Oh, I remember that issue.
Oops.
Nice.
You know what? Let me make myself big so you can see this better. I should know how to do this game without... There you go. Beautiful book. Here's a recent book, but you'll pay special attention, of course, to the first thing that jumps out to you, which is, of course, those beautiful gloves.
I was going to say the belt buckle, but yeah.
Yeah, well, there you are.
That is a great cover.
Power Girl special. Another recent book. How about Fury, issue number 1?
Nice.
That's the new series, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
How about Sensational Spider-Man, issue number 5?
Molten Man.
Detective Comics 583.
Very cool.
And we have a Action Comics 1015 Perillo variant.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice.
So there you are. Congratulations there, Efren. You'll need to reach out to me on Instagram at robs.fatstacks. Give me your shipping address, and I will get those off in the mail to you. I believe that the post office is picking up stuff up tomorrow, in which case you'll have it before you know it, being in California with me. And then I'll also get you your voucher for the free pressings from the Rogue Trader. Thank you very much for that additional donation, sir. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Guys, thank you for making this possible. Each of you guys here in the chat with me who've made this possible, or in the video with me, and everyone from the chat who's joined in. Dr. Von Hoot heard his name; he had to show up.
Hoot.
Everybody, thank you guys for coming out on this Sunday special. I hope that if you're here in the U.S., I hope you have a great 4th of July. If you're not here in the U.S., I hope you have a great week, and that your July kicks off well. Mad Spidey, stay warm. I know the winter is cold there, and it's not really cold. not
It's
by
cold
shirt.
for me, all right?
It's
Just
cold
leave it
for
alone.
you. Yeah, it's a nice day for the rest of us. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for coming on out. Appreciate you. As always, until next time, collect what you want to collect. Don't listen to anybody, including me. I mean, I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.